A lot of gyms don't have sleds. In this video, we're going to go through what exercises you can do to develop your sled push. We'll follow this up with a video on sled pulls, but this one is going to be the top 10 exercises you can do to develop your sled push when you don't have sleds in your gym. So today's video is coming from my gym, Code Fitness. We have got sleds, but we know a lot of you haven't. Yeah. So this video, we're going to keep really simple. We're going to go through squats, and that's going to be one of the first ones. We're not going to go through the difference between front squats and back squats, and there's lots of different variations. We want to keep this simple and give you 10 exercises that you can start doing straight away at your gym that can help develop your sled push.
And then if you want to, feeling brave, after you've done the leg session, go for a run.
Exercise number 1 is a barbell back squat. There's lots of variations you can do on the squat. This is probably one of your biggest bang for buck exercises for developing your leg strength. If you struggle to get range, you can use a little ramp. So Francesca, if you step back so you raise your heels up slightly, what you'll find is that will help you to get lower down into the squat.
Yeah, that's loads easier.
We're not going to go through too many of the technicalities on squatting, but as you squat down, as you come back up, you're going to try and rip the floor apart with your feet and make sure you activate your glutes as well as using your quads. So with your squats, there's lots of variations you can do. You can do barbell back squats, you can do barbell front squats, you can use a kettlebell, you can have kettlebells by your side, you can hold kettlebells in front, kettlebell goblet squats. There's loads and loads of variations, and they've all got their benefits to do. The advantage of something like a barbell back squat is it's probably going to be the exercise where you can load it with the most weight. And one other thing just to bear in mind is the amount of reps that you do. Depending on what you want to get from what you're doing will depend on what reps you want to do. The lower the reps, you'll develop more strength. The higher reps, you develop more endurance. There's good to have phases where you do strength training and good to have phases where you do endurance training. So that is exercise number 1, barbell back squat, or we're just going to go with squats. So the next exercise is a deadlift. Again, there's lots of variations you can do. Francesca's demonstrating a hex bar deadlift. You can also do straight bar conventional deadlifts. You can do kettlebell deadlifts and loads of other variations. This will have a big carryover to the power that you can create and the strength you can create when you are doing your sled push. The next exercise that we're going to do is split squats. So split squats is where it's like a lunge, but both your feet stay in the same position. So you can control it down. You're going to drive up. You're going to make sure that your knee doesn't drop in. You should be able to see your big toe if you look down at your front leg. So split squats are a great single leg strength exercise to help you with sled push. So the next exercise is walking lunges. Again, there's loads of variations you can do from lunges. You can do dumbbell lunges, you can do kettlebell lunges, you can put a barbell on your back, you can hold a kettlebell in front of you. You can hold a plate above your head for stability of your shoulders, the stability of your body. There's, again, all of these single leg exercises will have a good carryover to helping you develop your sled push. The next exercise we've got here is, well, this machine's a hack squat, but what really is using the actual machines that your gym's got. If you've got a gym where it hasn't got any machines, fine, don't use them. If you're in a gym where you've got loads of different leg exercises, make the most of them. So for example, at Code, we've got the hack squat that was just demonstrated. We've got power squat machine in the corner. We've got your classic 45-degree leg press. And then back over here, we've got what we class as a normal leg press machine. We've got pendulum squats. We've got tons of other different leg kit. My point is, if you're in a gym that has got a lot of kit like this, don't think you can't use it because you're thinking, well, it's not functional and Hyrox is functional. You can still use all of these kit to help you get stronger and build muscle and everything else that comes from using weights machines. The next exercise is a hip thrust exercise. This one here we're using the glute drive machine, but you can do this with a barbell, cross your hips, back against a box or support or a bench. So this one will be really good for developing your posterior chain. Following on from the hip drive one, we've got a kettlebell swing, and this is the same. It's going to be driving through with your hips, developing your posterior chain, so your lower back, your glutes, Brilliant exercise, loads of carryover, loads of variations that you can do with it as well. Next exercise is a box jump, real good one for developing power. Again, you can load this one with weight, you can change the height of the box, loads of variations that you can do with different jumping movements. The next one is jump squats, where you're going to squat down, jump up, generate a lot of power. You can do this one as a jump like this, or you can do it as a jumping lunge. Again, jumps are a really... Yep, that's quite an advanced one. And number 10 is a plank. You might be thinking, how's this going to help with your sled push? If you do not have a strong core, you're going to struggle when you're going to come to push the sled. You're as strong as your weakest link. So make sure you develop your core. Loads of exercises you can do to develop your core as well. Planks are really nice, straightforward, basic one you can start doing in a gym or at home or anywhere.
And you can actually build up to doing it in 3 minutes. I remember I used to be able to do a 3-minute plank, and literally since Hyrox, I could barely do a minute. To start off by doing a minute and then build from there, I think.
So they are our top 10 exercises to do to develop your sled push if your gym doesn't have sleds. If your gym does have sleds, one of the best way to develop your sled push is by doing sled pushes. It's still good to do all this other work as well to keep your strength. The key to it is varying it. In the Hyrox Strong book, the main lift I'll have throughout for the legs is a squat and a deadlift. They'll be the key primary exercise throughout. Then I'll have secondary exercises, which might be things, some of the ones we've gone over today, and then some other variations as well. And then I'll then have accessory lifts, which are then your smaller lifts, which all help develop what you're doing, but they're the smaller ones that help add to everything else that you're doing. There's loads of other exercises you can do that help with a sled push. Like in here, we've got 45-degree back extensions, 90-degree back extensions, you can do leg curls, you can do Romanian deadlifts. There's so many exercises you can do. We just wanted to give you 10 that you can take away and start doing. We hope you found this video helpful, and look out for more coming your way.